The hip-hop world has witnessed its fair share of scandals, but nothing as shocking as this. Papoose, the man once celebrated as the loyal husband who stood by Remy Ma through prison, through rumors, through chaos, is now behind bars. His arrest didn't come quietly. It came after an explosive fight with none other than his wife, Remy Ma, fueled by the ongoing storm surrounding Claressa Shields' pregnancy drama. What started as whispers online has now spiraled into fists, police, sirens, and a broken image of the couple once hailed as hip-hop's most unshakable bond. Fans are stunned, supporters are divided, and the leaked details from inside their home are painting a picture darker than anyone could have imagined. Did Papoose really cross the line? Did Claressa's pregnancy spark the fire that tore their marriage apart? And most importantly, what happens next? The night began like any other in the hip-hop power couple's home, but tension had been brewing for weeks. Rumors of Claressa Shields' pregnancy had been tearing through social media, and whispers linking her name to Papoose were becoming impossible to ignore. At first, it was brushed off as just another online narrative, the kind that comes and goes in the entertainment world. But as days passed, the rumors grew louder, and the silence inside the Papoose-Remy household grew heavier. Remy Ma, known for her fiery spirit and unapologetic strength, wasn't going to let the whispers slide. Behind closed doors, she pressed Papoose, demanding answers about his connection to Claressa. What began as questions quickly escalated into accusations. The once unbreakable foundation of their marriage was now trembling under the weight of distrust. According to insiders close to the family, the confrontation that erupted was more than just a shouting match. Neighbors reported hearing raised voices, objects slamming against walls, and the unmistakable sound of a relationship unraveling in real time. It was the fight that would make headlines across the world, police reports now confirm what the public feared. The argument turned physical. Papoose, usually portrayed as the calm, supportive husband, reportedly lost his composure in the heat of the moment. Witnesses claimed that emotions, fueled by betrayal and humiliation, drove him past the point of reason. Within minutes, the situation spiraled into chaos. By the time authorities arrived, Remy Ma was visibly shaken, and Papoose was no longer the man fans remembered from heartwarming Instagram posts. He was handcuffed, led out of the home, and placed into the back of a police car under the flashing red and blue lights. The man who once preached loyalty and family had now become the center of one of hip-hop's most devastating scandals. Social media exploded instantly. Clips of Papoose being escorted by police officers circulated online, sparking debates that split the hip-hop community. Some fans defended him, arguing that the stress of constant rumors and online attacks had pushed him to the edge. Others condemned him outright, calling his actions unforgivable and demanding accountability. But where did Claressa Shields fit into all of this? Reports claim that her pregnancy announcement was the spark that set everything ablaze. Whether her connection to Papoose is real or simply gossip remains unclear. But her name has now been permanently tied to one of the darkest chapters in Remy and Papoose's marriage. Remy, despite her strength, was left with tears in her eyes. Witnesses said she shouted as Papoose was taken away, her voice breaking under the weight of betrayal and heartbreak. For years, she had fought to rebuild her life after prison, to prove that her family was unshakable. Now, everything she built stood on the edge of collapse. The fight wasn't just about Claressa, it was about years of trust, loyalty, and sacrifice, all unraveling in one violent moment. Papoose's arrest wasn't just the end of an argument, it was the beginning of a story that will haunt their legacy for years to come. As of now, Papoose remains behind bars, awaiting charges that could reshape not only his personal life but his career forever. Remy has gone silent, avoiding cameras and interviews, while Claressa has issued a cryptic statement that only added fuel to the fire. The world waits for answers, but one thing is certain. The love story once celebrated as hip-hop's strongest has crumbled in the most public way imaginable. The morning after the fight, headlines were plastered across every blog, news outlet, and social media feed. Papoose arrested in domestic altercation with Remy Ma. What had once been one of hip-hop's most admired love stories was now being dissected in real time, frame by frame, tweet by tweet. Remy Ma, the iron-willed rapper who once battled her way back from prison and rebuilt her career, was now portrayed as a broken woman caught in a scandal no one saw coming. She had stood by Papoose through his darkest years, when she was locked away and he raised their children with loyalty and patience. But now, that same loyalty she once praised seemed shattered beyond repair. The footage of Papoose in handcuffs was more than a viral clip, it became a symbol of betrayal. a warning that no relationship, no matter how picture-perfect it appears on Instagram, is immune to collapse. For fans who had idolized the couple as goals, the reality cut deep. Claressa Shields' name in the Storming the Eye of the Storm was Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champion who had built her legacy on strength, grit, and determination. But now, her personal life was under siege. Whether she had any direct connection to Papoose or not, her name was dragged into the mud. Screenshots of alleged conversations, leaked DMs, and even unverified voice recordings began circulating online. Some claimed Papoose and Claressa had been in contact for months. Others dismissed it as manufactured drama designed to destroy Remy Ma. Claressa herself responded on social media, denying involvement in the fight and stating, "My focus has always been the ring, not rumors. Stop attaching my name to something I have nothing to do with." But in today's online world, denial rarely silences the noise. Fans demanded receipts, while critics tore her image apart. For the first time in her career, Claressa's power inside the ring seemed overshadowed by the chaos outside of it. The industry reacts within hours. Hip-hop heavyweights began to take sides. Some rallied around Remy, calling her a queen who deserved better. Female rappers who had once battled her showed solidarity, posting messages like, "No woman deserves this." Others quietly supported Papoose, citing his years of dedication to family and questioning whether this was a mistake fueled by overwhelming pressure. But one thing became clear: the fight had divided the culture. Podcasts, YouTube channels, and news outlets churned out content at lightning speed. The narrative was no longer just about Papoose and Remy. It became a larger conversation about toxic relationships, trust, and the blurred line between personal struggles and public spectacle. Behind the scenes of the arrest, according to sources close to law enforcement, Papoose remained calm during his arrest but refused to speak on the allegations. Insiders claimed that his silence wasn't just legal strategy, it was pride, shame, and fear colliding all at once. For years, he had been celebrated as hip-hop's most loyal husband, the man who held down his wife while she served her sentence. To admit fault now would be to erase that legacy entirely. Remy, meanwhile, chose silence. No press conferences, no Instagram lives, no interviews. Her team confirmed that she was safe, but they refused to comment on the details of the incident. Fans speculated that her silence meant two things: either she was protecting her family's privacy, or she was preparing to walk away from the marriage once and for all. Public opinion turned social media's reaction was brutal. Memes flooded timelines with captions mocking Papoose for throwing it all away. On the other side, hashtags like #FreePapoose began trending, showing that some fans still believed he deserved forgiveness. But the overwhelming tone was clear. The hip-hop community was heartbroken. For years, Papoose and Remy Ma represented the idea that love could withstand anything: prison, fame, and the spotlight of celebrity life. To watch that dream crumble in one violent moment was devastating for their supporters. What happens next? The legal consequences for Papoose could be severe. If charged with domestic assault, his career could be permanently scarred. Endorsements would vanish, collaborations would dry up, and the man once celebrated for his loyalty would be remembered for his downfall. As for Remy Ma, insiders say she is weighing her options. Some claim she's considering separation, while others believe she may try to repair the marriage privately. Her biggest challenge isn't just the betrayal, it's deciding whether to protect the family she built or prioritize her own peace of mind. Claressa, meanwhile, faces her own battle. Even if she has no involvement, her reputation has taken a hit. In an industry where image is everything, being tied to this scandal, even unfairly, could damage sponsorship deals and public trust. A tragedy in hip-hop history. Ultimately, this isn't just the story of a fight. It's the story of love turned toxic, of a family broken in public, of the pressures of fame swallowing to people whole. Papoose's arrest marks a turning point, not just for him and Remy, but for the entire culture that once saw them as unshakable. And as the cameras keep flashing and the internet keeps buzzing, one haunting question lingers in the air. Is this the end of Papoose and Remy Ma, or just the beginning of an even darker chapter? CTA 150 words. This story has shaken the hip-hop world to its core. A love story once held up as an example of loyalty and strength has now become a cautionary tale of betrayal, violence, and heartbreak. But what do you think? Can Papoose and Remy Ma rebuild from this, or is the damage too deep? Should Claressa Shields even be blamed when no solid evidence links her to this scandal, or is she being unfairly dragged into drama that isn't hers? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. The debate is only just beginning. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breaking updates and exclusive deep dives into the stories shaking the culture right now. This saga isn't over, and you won't want to miss what happens next.